Hello everyone, my name is Joanna Andujar, and I'll be talking about how to use assessment to guide teaching in a kindergarten's ELA classroom. The presentation is going to be talking about the kinds of tests that can be used and how tests and results can be used to improve teaching. Now, the assessment is the process when you gather data to understand how to support your students' learning. So evaluation tests help us to figure out where exactly our children are and how we can help them to improve. This assessment is the process of getting that information to help students learn the things that they need to be learning. And again, in a kindergarten classroom, this information helps teachers to change their lesson to fit the need of their students. Now, some of the pre-assessment and diagnostics that we can use is, first of all, we'll have a goal where we find out the students, what the students already know before they start learning. Then we begin to use strategies and tools like charts, letter recognition, checklists, and sharing out loud. It helps us as teachers to hear exactly where they are. For instance, if I use a picture walk and ask questions about what the pictures might show before starting a new story, right? And then another one will be the pre-assessment that helps teachers adapt the lessons to meet the needs of the students. Now, we also have the formative assessment, right? And we're also going to have a goal where and the goal here is to check regularly during the lessons to help teachers see exactly where students are at. And some of the tools and the strategies are, like, for example, thumbs up, if you understand something, thumbs down, if you need more help, right? Also, collaborative read alouds and spelling on the whiteboard, it helps tremendously. For example, if we're teaching sight words, you can use flashcards and have students use small whiteboards to match the words, or maybe you can have them spell it out as well. Formative assessment lets the teachers change their lessons right away. Now, hold on a minute. Now, we also have the summative assessment. And the goal here will be to see how much students have learned after being taught a lesson. Some of the strategies and tools are the running records, telling story once again, the test, and the phonemic awareness. As an example of this will be to have students use picture cards to find the beginning sound of a letter, and at the end of the unit on a letter sound. The summative assessment measures how well the program works and how much students have learned. Now, why do we use multiple methods? Well, because this supports diverse learnings like IEPs, ELLs. We have to know that every student have different needs. Also, encourage engagement through variety, right? It builds a more clear picture of learning. When we have multiple assessment, we provide a comprehensive view of students' achievement. Now, some of the technology tools that we can have in the classroom will be like students' portfolio. We can have a kindergarten assessment tool, such as ESGI. We can also have Google Forms. We can have communication and behavior tracking. We can also have oral storytelling and comprehension. Now, these digital tools enhance the formative assessment and engage students in a real-time learning. Now, some of the assessment example in a kindergarten ELA will be, well, first, let's focus on the goal. That is for students to be able to recognize and name upper and lowercase letters, right? Then the lesson summary says that students learn the alphabet through songs, games, and different goals, right? Also the pre-test, an alphabet memory chart, formative test, a letter that matches the game, and summative tests, right? Now, our reflection, now through assessment, I learned how to group students accordingly, right? To provide support and challenge those who are ready, right? So we talk about how testing helps out. So we as teachers can provide for students exactly what they need, right? We talk about the data, right? And how this can help me make decisions as a teacher. Now, in conclusion, assessment, guide instructions, and supports learning, right? And foster engagement. Thank you so much for your time. Have a good one.